I'm Thomas, and today you join me with this, the 2025 Tesla Model Y Performance, the highest performing, big output, top of the range Tesla here in the UK. This is a sporty version, more performance orientated version of the very popular Tesla Model Y. Now in this video I'm going to give you a walk around tour of the car, show what it's like in the interior and get it on the road for a test drive. So stay tuned for this video. Alright, we'll start off with the front of the car. Now, just like the Model Y Juniper, we do have that full light bar going across the vehicle. Gone is the kind of lights that were separated that we've seen with the kind of bug style on the Model 3 Model Y. You're going to notice this is a new Model Y, regardless if you notice the performance or not, because of that light strip. We do have the split headlight design, active aero on the side there. We do have a new bumper design as well, with aero running around the side there, a little bit of black plastic down here, and your front facing camera right down below here. We also have a front boot, or frunk, which will overlay some images of that. You can pop that open on the phone app or with a button inside the vehicle. Being a performance model, we do have these 21-inch Araknid style alloy wheels with the red brake calipers. I have been told that the brakes for the Model Y Performance are different to the Model 3 Performance. They've been tuned slightly different, and I believe the rear brakes as well are a little bit smaller than the Model 3 Performance. Again, that's what I've been told. Any Tesla enthusiasts can feel free to comment below and correct me. Do have Pirelli P0 tyres on this vehicle, mud flaps, and then we've got black gloss plastic accents on the mirror housing, as well as the kind of camera housing here on the front fender, front wing. Now let's check out the rear of the car. Now there are a few colour options. Stealth Grey is the free colour for 2025, as is the black interior. White is now a cost option, and you can get things like the red, there's a silver and a black as well, and the interior colours are white or black as well. So you really have to just choose when you get a performance model, exterior colour, interior colour, and then what level of autonomous driving you want. There's like 3 packs you can add on there, and then there's a couple of accessories you can buy, but everything with the car comes as is. So your acoustic glass, heated and ventilated seats, the ambient lighting, all that good stuff just comes all as one on this car. Prices for this car are just a smidge under £62,000 without any options. Alright, you join me in the rear of the Tesla Model Y Performance. Now, what we have here, you're going to notice, is we've got a carbon fibre spoiler running the length of the car. It's quite large, like underneath it's a good few inches. The top of it looks like maybe 3 inches, but underneath you can appreciate how much aerodynamic that adds, a bit more aggressive nature to the vehicle. Tesla enthusiasts are going to notice the performance logo in the rear of this, so you're going to notice this in traffic. It's not your standard Tesla Model Y. If you haven't seen the new Tesla Model Y design language, we do have that inverted light bar up here that cascades some light down on top of the spelled out word Tesla. Gone is a little T Tesla logo. Overall back here, it's not too much has changed. Got a slightly aggressive bumper here, of course being electric, no tailpipes or anything like that. However, of being a Model Y, we do have a very large generous boot, which this is probably one of the class leading boots in this car. I always like it when I get a Model Y because you've got storage underneath the floor. There's 2 bits here. You can lift them out and you can put things like your cables, your shopping, whatever it may be. Tesla even gives you space for your cargo cover shelf, which concertinas come out, so you can store that underneath as well. I always like when brands and manufacturers design a bit where you can keep your cargo goods. Now, just like the Juniper, we are able to fold the seats down electronically, so we've got 40, 20, 40 folding seats. However, when you touch them, you're going to get 60% fold down and then 20% fold down there, with a ski-through hatch bit that can fold centre in the middle if you want to do something skinny or wrong. And then when you want to raise them back up, touch the buttons and they electronically fold back up like so. Of course, we've got an electronic tailgate as well. Everything's designed for your convenience and you're good to go. Now let's check out the interior of this car. Go ahead and open the door, so you push this left hand side of the handle, pops out and you can pull that across. We do have the acoustic glass on the Model Y now. And in the rear, we have plenty of foot room, knee room, headroom. I'm 5'11", big panoramic roof. We've got an 8-inch touchscreen in the back here, which allows passengers to play games. You can even Bluetooth headsets there, so you're able to play music or play some games again without distracting the drivers up front. We can also control the air back here as well, and your heated seats. The 2 outer seats do have heating on them. Now the door cards themselves do have fuzzy stuff in the door bins. In the rear, it is worth mentioning that your mechanical release is down at the bottom of that door bin, whereas your electronic popper is up here where the grab handle is. Do have carbon fibre effect trim here. Nice soft flush material with a suedeck material here. Ambient lighting in the car, 2 cup holders in the centre armrest here. Overall, not too much has changed back here in comparison to the Model Y Juniper, which is not a bad thing. It's comfortable, it's spacious, and yeah, it's quite a nice place to be as a passenger. Let's check out up front because that's where some of the changes are. A little bit like what we've seen with the Model 3 Performance, we do have performance seats, so this car does have the little wing backs here, quite a bit of bolstering on the side of the seats. They're soft and squidgy to feel, get a little bit of stitching and kind of that space grey material, colour trim, given the piping there. The main difference is you're going to notice that kind of warp drive performance logo. It just reminds me of a spaceship or something going into warp with this little emblem here. So that's in the front seat, so they are unique to the Model Y Performance. If you get into Model Y, you'll know this is a Performance with the seats on them in this car. They feel comfortable, all electronic adjustment if required, all the controls are down the side where your hand is going to rest. It's quite easy to get yourself in. I'm 5'11", I can get myself pretty comfortable up here. There's so many variations of things to touch and play with. There's fire extenders, etc. There's reach and reach. There's fire extenders to play with, as well as the height and the kind of tilt of it all, so you can get yourself pretty comfortable. And as you can see, going to be good for tall drivers over 6 foot as well, because there's plenty of leg room, shoulder room, head room, and there's a lot of a configuration in here for the seats, which I can't say that about every electric SUV, so thumbs up to Tesla for that. Alright, you join me in the front cabin of the new Model Y Performance. Now, the main talking point is this new screen here. It's now larger with a thinner bezel. We're at 16 inches now, and it's got 80% more pixels, so it's a higher resolution screen here. Now, I thought the regular Model Y Juniper was good. This has just enhanced it ever so slightly more. Of course, being a Tesla, there is no heads-up display or screen. We do have an indicator stock, which is grateful, and it still brings up that little camera on the B pillar there. However, we do have your things like your fun games and all that you can play, boombox, the emissions, you can do your all those little noises, light show. We've even got a Tron mode as well in this car, which is new, I guess, because the new Tron movie is not too long out. And then you've got all your other good features like your car features in here, which if I go to dynamics, because this is the performance model, we do have, much like your Tinder dating options, we've got chill, standard and insane mode, which is going to be your kind of launch mode available button there. Deceleration is going to be reduced or standard for close to your one pedal driving. You can have standard or sport for your ride and handling, because this does have adaptive dampers out in the road. Steering weight feel, you can choose between light and heavy, and then you've got your auto shift feature. What that means is if you're parked up and maybe there's a wall behind you in front of you, the car's going to work out, or you're not going to drive into the wall at reverse or drive forward into it, and it's going to automatically get you into that mode. Now, this is in beta. I have tried it on. It does work a few times, because just like the regular Model Y, there is no gear selector. Your gear selector is through this touchscreen here, so you have to push down, swipe down for reverse, forward for drive, and then down in the middle P for park. In an emergency, there is override buttons up on top of the screen here. Now, in an emergency, up the top where the hazards are, there is PRND if required, so you can move the car into like neutral or something like that using those touch buttons at the top there. Now, it's binging and bonging because I have not put my seatbelt on, so we'll give that a little bit of a go to quieten the car. In here, we do have two bits for your phone to go. They're lined with like a felt material. It does charge your phone nice and easy. Down here's a nice, really deep felt lined cubby, ideal for your slices of cake. And then we can close that door, you get a nice smooth appearance. Pull this door open, we do have two cup holders, it's got a bit of chrome around it. In the centre here, we do have another lined fuzzy stuff with a USB point, and it's all nice and kind of texturised material. Glove box, just like the other Teslas, you have to go through controls, hit the button, glove box. Softly damped, lined with fuzzy stuff. It is quite narrow, but it does have a USB-A port with a USB stick in it, so that means it can record the footage from the camera, so and then it acts like a dash cam basically. So if you have an emergency, you need that footage, you can pull that out and you can use the footage as required. I quite like the fact that's built into the cabin. Speaking of the car's cabin, we do have carbon fibre effect trim going across the dash and on the door cards here, as well as the sound bar. It's got the in-house Tesla sound system, which is fantastic. And then we've got nice materials going across the dash. Nothing feels like cheap or squeaky or anything. It's all quite well padded. In this car, as I mentioned, it's just under £62,000. You can get a base rear-wheel drive model, but it feels just as nice and plush. You don't get the carbon fibre trim material in here, but it does feel well built and solid. You know, any complaints people had of an early Tesla Model 3 from like 2018, 2019 are long gone. These 2025 models are a leaps and bounds ahead of that. Everything's nicely carpeted, or nice materials everywhere, and I think it feels well thought out. Now, on the steering wheel, there's not much to talk about. We do have a button to flash your lights. You can scoosh to clear your wipers. We've got voice control, we've got a camera button there, brings up your 360 cameras, cruise control button, but these little knobs here can do various things. They're almost like little balls. You can control things like your steering wheel reach and rake adjustment. If I hit the car button there, bring that back up into, I'm looking for my controls, is it here? There we go, steering. So you're able to go up, down, and go reach and rake adjustment, all electric, but it's only controlled through the little buttons. Same thing when you do the mirror controls, tap the mirrors, left or right, and then you can get it adjusted like so. So it's quite quick to sort all that out for you. I guess you'll need to use it a couple of times, but it takes a moment to get used to with those little nubbins there, but they do have multi-function use. Alright, you join me behind the wheel of the Model Y Performance on the motorway. Now I have turned on my Jingle Bells audio. We're now approaching a 40, which is lovely. Get the auto steer on, and then we don't have to worry about everything else too much. Now driving the car is nice and easy, just like the regular Model Y. Visibility is good out front. We've got that slanty nose for aerodynamics as well as kind of visibility. There's nothing like obstructing your view, quite a low dash, and everything in the car is nice and easy to like access. Driving enough Teslas, you do get used to your speed being at the top right corner of this big screen here. Yes, I would probably prefer a heads-up display or something in front of the driver, so I'm not looking down. But out with that, it's pretty alright to be. So everything's controlled through the screen. You get used to it, but it is a moment to get used to. I do like the fact as well that you've got all the fun gimmicks to play with your friends, like this reindeer thing. My mum loves this. Like it picks up other cars and shows you them as reindeer. You've got the snow. I like the kind of rainbow road, shall we say, when you're out here. Now, if I go into dynamics, this is where you're able to control your insane mode, sports mode, whatever you want it to be. I'm pretty much just going to leave it as is when you're out in the motorway. Now if I indicate, this one does have an autopilot, so it's got a system that allows you to auto steer, which is pretty fantastic. Like, so just, you're good to go like that, and then I'll move this up to 50. There we go. And we're at 50 miles per hour. Half a second. The power in this car is quite good. You can even have it in insane mode for twisty roads or showing your friends if you want to maximise that 3.3 seconds to 60. But yeah, the car is pretty fast. I guess you would buy this if you're wanting something at the top of the Tesla tree. You want the spoiler, the looks. The regular Tesla rear-wheel drive and main all-wheel drive Juniper models are fantastic as they are as well. You lose out in the carbon fibre trim, but you're still getting, oh, what's happening? Curve assist, there we go. Just slowing us down to 40 miles per hour there. You do get all the heated and cooled seats and the heated steering wheel and all that in those models. This car does get about 300 miles claimed range, 152 miles at 51%, so it's 360 miles, I think, claimed range in this car. See what we're like over speed bumps. It's soft and comfortable enough. What have I got it setting on? I keep forgetting. It's all in standard mode, so. Steering weight is on heavy. I do like it because if it's on light, it just feels far too light for my liking. Standard's alright, but I like it heavy. Now this performance version is all-wheel drive. You're getting about 460 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 3.3 seconds and a top speed of 155 miles per hour with the Tesla Model Y Performance, which is rather impressive. Most electric cars I drive typically top out around 99 miles per hour. So yeah, not that I'm going to take it 155 today, but it's good to know that it can do that. So I just want to say a special thanks to you all for watching this video. A special thanks to Tesla UK for loaning me this Model Y Performance for today's video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel below, comment your thoughts below what you think of the Model Y Performance, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to check me out on the regular social media. I'll leave all that in the description below. See you in the next video. Ciao.